Right, all right. We're gonna talk about this. Like yesterday, I got like hella stuff to talk about, so I'm gonna try to keep it under 2 hours and then go, live again with a different topic. I got hella topics. When I played Nick Fuentes saying that FBAs are the more superior black people in the world due to breeding, eugenics. That's kind of hard to debate that. Um, but he said some slick stuff to Candace Owens' entire video, like a lot of white supremacist stuff, and she checked some of it, but a lot went unchecked. Unchecked. Okay, but she tried to filter it out. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a live. The same way I debunked it at white supremacists yesterday with the all white town. I'm gonna do the same thing with this. I'm gonna do the same thing with that. All right. I'm gonna write all the talking points down, research them, and debunk them one by one. Okay, so let me start you off right here. Till we get some more butts in here. All right. So the brother on the right is a good brother. That is he got a show called, as you see, Bigger Picture. So he was a cameraman and security guy for Math Hoffa. I believe he's Jamaican, cool dude. So he had Umar on there. Very, very, very funny debate. All right. So the school was brought up. I'm gonna start y'all right there. Switchblade, peace. That's right, reparations. So the school was brought up. So let's start right there when they brought the school up.
Educate black boys, they're not going to do it
Same
right.
day.
See, everywhere else
Let's back up.
of that Akron public schools out.
And the hugging the kids, it kind of reminds us of the political
campaign. Go back.
That is where that says so much, because I think when we see the celebrities with the publisher clearinghouse check and the photos and the hugging the kids, it kind of reminds us of the political campaigns.
Yes.
Of the kissing of the babies and let me get the brownest baby in the crowd and hold them up, like Simba and the Lion King and kiss them.
ESB.
You do not want that kind of message, that misleading imagery, because what I hear you saying is this is going to be authentic.
Yes.
And the roots of it must be authentic.
Absolutely. We're serving African children for the benefit of the African community. This is not, a fashion show. You have a lot of schools out there that are fashion shows. They look beautiful, but nobody's learning. And no disrespect to my brother LeBron James, because I respect him.
See, but I see the shots at LeBron James, and he has a school. See, I don't like that. I don't mind you throwing shots at people when you have something to compete with, right? You can compete with him if you have something, but to like have nothing up and running and critique anybody, like that's easier said than done. So I'm gonna skip past that right there. I can't respect that, dude. At least have yours running, and then draw up. But I cannot allow Umar to do that.
3 consecutive years is not his. What is that? Boys, they're not going to do it. And they're going to argue what? The teachers are underpaid. That's why they're underperforming. You can't use that excuse with the LeBron James public school. They're overpaid. And nobody passed the math assessment. Prioritize school spending. But don't like black people. It don't matter how much money you pay them. They're still not going to like.
See, again, like this is a bad faith argument, because you're comparing his success rate with the kids, but he's up and running. Like, but you don't have any numbers to draw it back to you to explain how like your school is, better. It's better off that way. Now, I should show that sister. There's a sister that has a school in Philly that I played on my channel some months ago. So right in Philly, there's no way he didn't see her. He's seen her. It's called Mass Scientific something Institute. I'm gonna pull it up. And she had like a little interview there, and she pretty much was giving some of Umar talking points, about schools and kids, being driven into like smaller classes. Pretty much, they're overrepresenting like ADD and things like that to get extra funding. So she went into all that, and I'm gonna research that, because when she did that, I'm like, that sounds too much Umar-like. And when I hear Umar talking points, I automatically think of like conspiracy theories. So I got to fact check that. It's like 1865. I can acknowledge So I might do that while this live is being played, actually. I'm sure there's some truth to it, but here's the thing. Like liberals, conservatives, people in general, when they have an agenda, when they have confirmation bias, they like to embellish on what they already have. Like Pan-Africanists will say white people, Europeans came and just took black people out of Africa and just created their own private slave trade without Africa helping out and join that. So, Africa joined they had a joint venture with white supremacists, Europeans, and that's how they started the triangular slave trade. All right.
Black people. It's the same thing we deal with when you see these cultural sensitivity trainings. They'll come into the public school and give all these white racist women a cultural sensitivity training so they can relate to the black children better. If she don't like black people, I don't care how many hours of cultural sensitivity training she gets.
No, stay back here. Don't go over there.
She still isn't going to like the situation with the LeBron James school. It's tragic with schools. That's a predictor of academic. It is not poverty. Children can grow. That is more predictive of academic success than any other factor, including finances.
Very powerful point. When you mentioned how it wasn't the celebrities or the rich
you're gonna lay down in a second
that put money into
art
institutions of learning or any of the businesses that were created specifically for black people by black people. When we talk about the school system, once before integration, we had our own schools.
Yes.
It may be the Little Red Schoolhouse. My great-grandmother, who was born in Hope County, North Carolina, 1904, she went to the Little Red Schoolhouse, and that was grades 1 to 8. Do you believe, and the teacher expectation there was very different. These teachers were part of our communities. These were the sisters that were at church.
Segregation is the least guarantee you access. There's no law that says white children can't come here or black children can't go to the predominantly white school. They were desegged. They were not integrated. Because if they were integrated, you would see a 50-50 split. So America desegregated.
Well, it wouldn't be 50-50 because we make up a small percentage of white America. So that's not going to happen. That's just dumb talking points that we repeat without any thought of fact checking it. Just appealing to emotions.
The Supreme Court said race has no place.
All right, let's get past all that.
So now
you're going to talk about his school.
Allow them to compete. Desegregation were racially hostile. Independent black schools began to shut down because most of our people, if there was no school desegregation. So I tend to teach your child. But I'm going to go a step further.
So a lot of this is like right-wing talking points. A lot of this stuff is alt-right talking points, rightist type stuff.
They have been every 40 years, right? For 40 years, we want to be integrationists. For 40 years, we want to be nationalists. For 40 years, we want to be revolutionaries. For 40 years, we want to be... When Barack Obama got exposed, anyway, when you ask a white person to educate a black child, you're asking them to make sure your child can compete with their job in the job market, in the business market.
I don't think every white teacher see a white kid as their child. I don't think every black teacher look at their student and see that child as their child. I think some people just do their job. Some people care a little more. Some people do beyond their job. But some folks just do their job. Like, I'm black. I have black teachers. I can't say, like, some of the teachers embraced me like a little more, but some of them didn't. Some just, black as midnight was like, man, you know what I mean? Go do your work and get away from me. Like, they didn't put that mother effect. So, again, he's, like, doing a lot right now.
It's not fair to do our own schools. What? The school we have in Wilmington, Delaware, that was a charter school started by black folks. And guess what? They got accused of financial mismanagement and extremely low test scores. They shut them down. If they don't get shut down, we don't get that building.
Okay, so they got accused of financial mismanagement. That's ironic because you took the school right to them and you're being accused of that. And you didn't get shut down because you never got started.
I used to be a charter school principal and vice principal. I know the hoops you got to jump through in order to keep them schools open because charter schools were founded by white folks who wanted to separate.
Oh, so now you hear the fear-mongering. And white folks found it. It's just an evil twist to it So we need Umar to set up competition and set up something else. Like this is spooky talk, man. This is fear-mongering.
Separate their kids from black children, but couldn't afford the private school. So the charter school became the school in between. You see that? The school in between.
And then he get extra hype, like extra. He start believing his own bullshit, and he start to go wild.
We can't afford to pay
Hey, look at the brother right here in the blue. He ain't paying this dude no mind.
$20,000-$30,000 a year for private school tuition. So they made a deal with the state legislature, and I believe Minnesota was the spearhead of this. And you know, Minnesota is all white. So they said, we're going to come up with something called charter. It's run by the community, but it's still funded by the state.
You know what I'm going to do? Let's fact check this right now. Like, oh my God, he's smiling and pointing like this stuff is like absolutely true. I'm going to give him his flowers if it's true, right? I know he's a conspiracy theorist. He's trying to show how important he is and all this. I just don't believe it. I'm not buying it. So I'm going to play a clip of this a little bit, and we'll get to the debate. All right. So where we at with this guy? Where we at? We at the 22-minute mark. Okay, hold on. Okay. More time check. I gotta fact check this bull. Right over here. Here we go. Here we go. I got it. All this spooky talk, man. Ethnic. Okay, right there. Let me throw this in Google. All right.
That's what a charter school is. It's run by the community. It's still funded by the state. We have no control over those. Our original fight was what? Community control of the public schools. Remember that? Back in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. We said we want to control the school, right? We have final say over the principal. We have final say over the dean. We have final say over the curriculum. We have final say over the student code of conduct. We should have never gave that fight up. Why did we give it up? Thirsty Negroes love money more than freedom. When they heard about the charter school movement, and they said, wait a minute now, this charter school thing ain't bad. If I get a charter, I can pay myself $150,000 a year as the CEO. Hire Bigga to be the principal. He doing all the work, but guess what? I can still legally be paid as the CEO because I'm the founder of the school. So once a lot of the community...
All right, family, he's just lying. Okay, so I'm going to fact check him a little bit about the school, then we're going to go to Digga, Lord Jamar, and...
control of the public schools activists found out they could get a check, a salary from the charter school movement. You ain't heard another word about community control. Everybody ran out to the charters. And the danger of the charter movement
that's good stuff.
Charter schools pick and choose their students. Legally, they're not supposed to do that. Legally, everybody's supposed to get raffled in. I work in charter schools. Let me tell you the real deal.
He work in charter schools, so he knows the answers. Okay. But he also work in charter schools where he's supposed to have his alternative school up and running by now to combat this BS. Okay. So he worked there, so now he has all the answers, Sway.
They handpicked the kids off the waiting list who got the highest test scores.
Okay, so he is telling you that he knows the inside, right? Now, he didn't whistleblow this when he had the chance to, right? And he had Pan-Africanist, Marcus Garvey and all this stuff, Baba Smalls. So why did he blow the whistle when he was there? Now, he would have been a real hero if that was true. Had he blown the whistle, got in trouble, got fired, whatever, and then started a school based on that momentum, okay, and he's not a scammer, maybe, but...
You see that? So the children who really need the school the most, really need the guidance the most, they not getting into them schools. And the reason why you see so many charter schools in black neighborhoods is because charter schools are the face of gentrification. Let me say that one more time. Charter schools are the face
Oh, he about
of
to say it two more
ethnic
times.
cleansing. I'm going to give it to you like this. There's a section of the Bronx that's heavily black. There's a section of...
Wait. So we heard enough. Okay, so now let's look at it. Charter schools, origin and structure. Okay, the truth is charter schools are publicly funded but privately managed. The first charter school law was passed in Minnesota in 1991, so he was correct. They were marketed as a flexible, innovative alternative to failing public schools, especially in undeserved communities. They are not tuition-based like private schools, but can be run by nonprofits, for-profits, or community groups. Okay, but here's the exaggeration that he's capping about. There is no direct evidence that charter schools were created specifically to help white families avoid black children. Just made that up. That assertion lacks clear historical documentation. The initial intent was more about educational reform, flexibility, although racial and class dynamics did later influence where charter schools thrive, right? There'll always be a racial element, but if you say it, you got to prove it. Now, charter schools and community control. Okay, so it's true that in the 1960s and 70s, black communities demanded community control of schools, especially in places like Ocean Hill, Brownsville, New York, where black parents wanted control over curriculum and hiring. The shift to charter schools did cause some of that movement to dissolve because charter schools allow individuals to form their own schools and get paid. True to an extent. They say they pay themselves. But listen, here's the flip-flop. The wham bam, thank you, man. It's accurate that some former activists entered the charter movement and drew big salaries as founders of CEOs. But of course, it's not fair to say everyone sold out. You can never be absolute, buddy. You just point out the ones who did it. Many charter leaders genuinely aim to serve students, though the system is vulnerable to opportunism. He said they cherry pick students. That's somewhat true. By law, charters must admit students based by lottery if oversubscribed. However, many use application barriers like essays, interviews, or info sessions that filter out disadvantaged families. Some quietly cancel out low-performing or special needs students. Others avoid advertising areas with high needs population. So nothing there said they handpick people. So they just set barriers and filters to like net people out. Okay. So if you want to call that cherry picking, fine. Right. Charter schools are more racially and economically segregated than traditional public schools in many urban areas. So are charter schools tied to gentrification? That's a valid concern. Right, charter schools are often used in urban renewal plans. Developers love them because they bring in new families. Okay, they offer better schooling without demanding public school reform. In gentrifying neighborhoods like Harlem, Brooklyn, and DC, charters replace public schools, often excluding the original community over time. For example, in Harlem, Success Academy opened while several traditional public schools were shut down. Wealthier, often white or middle-class black families enrolled while lower-income students were sidelined. But yes, charter schools can function as tools of soft displacement. All right. So Dr. Umar's framing is radical and emotional, but not unfounded. So you see, so there's some truth to what he's saying, but he's over-sensationalizing the details. All right. Okay. So he's wrong to suggest all charter schools are a scam or inherently anti-black. That's a Pan-Africanist position. He's right that charters are not fully community controlled and can reduce classism and are sometimes leveraged in gentrification. But saying they are the face of ethnic cleansing is inflammatory rhetoric, not scholarly language. That's Pan-Africanist hyperbole, not academic proof. So they're your boys. So yeah, so he again, a little just like a white supremacist. Some truth, like a Nick Fuentes, a little truth, and then mix it up on you. Throw some false bullshit. Get you emotionally involved.
Newark, New Jersey is heavily black. There's a section of Houston, Texas. It's heavily black. There's a
okay, let me fast forward some of this. We're past that. So some people are comfortable with public speaking for a specific audience while overtaking the conversation with passion and adds emphasis with their hands a lot. Yeah. This guy, if I watch, I'm not an Umar fan, but I watch a lot of his interviews. You have to be a somebody like that's willing to fight him or you have to have a big name like Charlemagne or Joe Budden and shut this dude up. I've seen this guy disrespect channels that's like that's trying to grow, like just regular black folks paying their money to get him on their podcast, and he disrespects them. He talks they ask one question and he'll talk the whole duration for that one question. So like the second question is not there, the third question he just rambles. He never stops, and they don't want to stop him because they feel like he's Dr. Umar. He'll leave, you know. Smoke, peace, Jago, the Rogue. That's the issue with that.
See that? They buy up all the abandoned buildings, get out on the bus from the Bronx. This is why do you not see a lot of charter schools in white suburbs?
Okay, hold on. Yeah, so the research says some stuff that he's saying is true, but he's adding emotion and adding like a lot of just theatrics, and he's twisting some things to make it more than what it is. I mean, we just be honest, bro. You ain't got to do all that. All right. But let me try to find his damn school, man. All this talk. Let's get to his school. Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he talked to school. No, stay back here, dude. So I can see you, and don't do that again. Just go play or sit down. It's up to you. All right, he talks about charter schools a lot. Yo, that's his thing. Like, he loves talking about charter schools. You know, that's like somebody selling life insurance. Like, they always downplay one over the other, term and the other one. Hey, term is terrible. No, don't do that one. Term policies are terrible. You should do this one. And then the other pyramid scheme be like, no, term is the best. The other one is horrible. So like he's over shitting on charter schools to sell his abandoned building, which I think it is. All right, so give me a second. God damn, this dude just talking. Let me try this. Let me try this. Shit. That ain't gonna work. Okay, got it. I got it. Oh, this was early. I missed it. How did I miss this? Okay.
Here, I like to start with what's going on because I have been a follower and a donator of the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy.
Yes, ma'am. A supporter, not a follower.
A supporter, yes, indeed. One of the only school that is going to be funded by our community.
Yes, ma'am.
That is not going to be government run.
So he corrected it, says supporter, not follower. You actually can be both. Because some of us never gave one dime, but we follow his actions. We don't agree, but we would be considered followers because we always have an update with his drama. So we're followers, not supporters. So you can support, never, you know what I mean? Some people might just send a check and never watch one of his interviews. So you could be a supporter and follower. He's like crazy.
Run.
Correct.
It's not a charter.
That's right.
Not an actual institution of learning.
Let me go back.
But not a follower.
A supporter, yes, indeed. One of the only school that is going to be funded by our community.
Yes, ma'am.
That is not going to be government run.
Correct.
It's not a charter.
That's right.
Not an actual institution of learning for our young men and our young women. Tell us where we are with the
Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, where we are right now. Day before yesterday, the plumbing contractors, they finished insulating the pipes.
Family, who does this? If I'm over here, let's say I got a classic car and I'm gonna put it in a show, and y'all are my fans. Like, yo, man, Ron, you bringing that classic car? I'm like, yeah, man, it's coming. I ain't gonna just tell you, hey, man, I gotta get an oil change first, right? And the left back wheel, right? It needs to be inflated a little more, right? After that, I got to get a second key. Like this guy, she just asked a simple question, brother. And this is just a yes or no. Hey, are we close? Sis, we almost there. This guy is giving details. Hey, the plumber, right? He ran off with 150. Like, dude, what are we doing, man?
Douglas Marcus Garvey Academy, where we are right now. Day before yesterday,
Look at
the
this.
plumbing contractors, they finished insulating the pipe.
Hey, bro, it says, who really tells their business like this? We don't need to know that. Just say, hey, man, we're almost there. We got a few tweaks here, all light, few tweaks there, contractors in place, and that's it, man. The contract is almost done. That's like, hey, man, see, the plumber, that's explaining, man. That's explaining. Hey, see, Quiz, bro, you borrowed 150 from me back in January, bro. You said you paid me back in May. I didn't bother you because I gave you some leniency, some more rope. But what's going on? It's either Ron, I got it or I don't. See, what happened was my grandmother, right? She had to get new church shoes because her old ones, I had to do that. See, when you start doing that, and I don't care about none of that. Do you have it or not, and how close you are? Just tell me in one word. I'm close. I'm far. That's it.
Pipes. We had the inspectors out there, and the inspectors told us that the pipes had to be insulated. The plumber thought we didn't have to do that, but they said according to the new code, you do. So they just finished.
Okay, so the plumber didn't know the new code. So that tells you what type of plumber he has. Okay, here, but then they get it. Yeah, so this guy's hiring Pepe and Ray Ray. Like, dude, just hire a licensed, qualified, experienced plumber. I got it.
We now have to get the drop ceiling racks leveled. We had them repaired last year, but they were not leveled. And so we don't want the ceiling coming down on our children.
No, we do.
So we have to get the drop ceiling racks re-leveled, and then.
Why does he believe that she and the audience know about that? Like, dude, we're not plumbers. Go get it. Why you give it to me? Go get it. Yeah, we're not plumbers. Bro, it's doing too much, man.
We'll put the tiles back in. We're going to have a paint day probably next month or early January.
Now, I have a problem with that. And that's the first sign. Man, if you donate your hard-earned money for somebody to build something they said it's going to build for Black boys, then you get everything done with that money. Painting, inspection fees, all that, man. HVAC. I'm not coming sweeping. I'm not coming down there for nothing. Think about investors, Sammy. And a donor is like a low-key investor. You just don't get nothing back. But same thing, pretty much. So when do investors come down and help? Like, if you invest in let's say a construction company, and then you hands off. You try to make money while you sleep. When do you come down there and start sweeping and picking up trash and start building blocks and stuff? Like, stop. Nobody's trying to paint when they donated free money to you. All that money was unearned income.
We have about 10 classrooms that either need to be tiled or carpeted.
We don't need to hear none of this.
Probably do that.
So what he's doing is he's finessing. He's saying, hey, we need all this done, so we need more money. That's where it's going. It's like, dude, you should have already. Now, I know a little bit about this industry. You look, whatever school he was claiming to get, right? Right away, he would know the total cost of everything. Okay, it looks like he just had enough to get ownership of the building, if that's even true. But he didn't factor in HVAC, painting, windows, new door. So he needs new money for that. Like, dude, if you're saying you're going to build a school and open it up, you need to have all of that factored in there in that dollar amount. And that's the goal. Hey, you give me this, everything be completed. Not, I got the building, but now there's another task with painting or garbage, tile and flooring and bathroom and plumbing. I need more money. Like, that's not how that's done.
After paint day, so no paint gets on the new carpet
Thatch,
or
Ohio.
the new tile. But at this point, we're largely at cosmetics. We're at the end. Don't worry, Kwame. Lord Jamar is going to hold him to that. Okay, it's going to get very toxic. Of course, when somebody's giving you their hard-earned money for free, you owe them an explanation, full disclosure, full transparency, especially when that task cannot get done without their hard-earned money. So for him to be private and, that's an issue, man. That's flags for most of us who are not donating from our hearts. The biggest challenge right now, to be frank with you, is the runaround that we get from the city. So, for example, we have windows in the school, and we
family. This ain't no runaround. You gotta stand by city code. Okay, you gotta stand by that. He did not, so he's learning as he try to illegally run the school. He's learning. No, you need this. You can't do that. Like he tried to do some lean on me type stuff. Listen.
We took all the wooden boards off the windows.
Right.
And somebody sent a brick through one of the windows. So
right.
we boarded them back up, and we're about.
Right. And that's why you keep them boarded in the first place, smart guy. Because that's what people do. That's what I did when I was like 13, bored, walking past an abandoned building. I see windows. I start throwing rocks. Yeah. So people who own the property, they would board it up for that reason. Why do you think people board up, windows during a hurricane? So the wind doesn't bust out the windows. Okay. This guy,
he's
a rocket
get that
scientist.
Window repaired. But I want to put bars on the window so nobody can send another brick through.
Told you. Lean on me.
I reached out to the fire.
Wait. Let me go back, dude. So you took out the wooden, right? Family, all you have seen, buildings shut down, either city being gentrified or a fire happened. All of you guys will see the windows with boards on them. And also it blocks out squatters. Okay, now you see why he claimed that a whole bunch of people vandalized his building. Dude, you didn't put that's what the board does. It discourages folks from squatting. They can't get in. So if you got glass right there, yes, they're going to knock the window out and go in that school and live downstairs from you.
Boarded them back up, and we're about to get that window repaired. But I want to put bars on the window so nobody can send another brick through.
How about just put the board back on there? How about just put the board back on there so nobody can send a brick through? Okay, because a brick's not coming through with that board there.
So I reached out to the fire department.
Right, and what they said?
2 or 3 times, has not called me back. So I had the school's attorney.
Because they think you're weird, bro. You putting bars on windows, bro. This ain't lean on me.
Reach out to the fire department 2 or 3 times. He hasn't been called back. So I'm not going.
Yeah, because there's other property out there. There's hella property that folks are dealing with. You don't call people and ask to do something. They schedule you an appointment, my guy. They schedule you an appointment when it can come out. Just like, guys, if you had pest control come out, right? Or Verizon or whatever cable internet service you have, when they come out and do a job installation and get you up and running, let's say something go wrong. They're not coming right back out. They're going to schedule you for an appointment. People are busy. Inspectors are servicing other properties. They don't focus on Papa.
Going to rush the judgment on that. But I'm sure if I was the complexion for protection, correct, I would have already gotten an answer, because you're holding me up on getting that window repaired. And
yeah, he's so entitled. They're not holding you up, bro. Just they have nothing to do with that. How putting a bar on the window is helping your window get repaired faster? How's that doing that? You can get the window done with the board, bro. You did put the board there. And then when the folks come, aren't y'all going to be standing right there to get the window done?
I want the metal bar up there so nobody can break it again, because those windows are rather expensive. They're about 8 feet wide, 8 feet tall. So we don't want any more. Surprises. And then we have to get our final building inspection after we get the final fire inspection. Nothing that we shouldn't be able to pass. But again, when it comes to, our ability to communicate effectively with different departments in the city, they're often missing in action when we need them. And
no, they're not. They're just not 911. You don't just call them and they're on their way.
And if I would say, I would probably argue that part of the reason for that evasive behavior is due to the fact they never thought we would finish up. They don't
even know what you heard this guy? He said they thought we would never finish up. Like the fire inspection, and all these people are sitting around like, no, don't do it. They have no idea what you're doing, bro. As far as they're concerned, they probably think you got a damn car shop. They don't know what a warehouse. They don't know what you got going on, man, because nothing there says school.
Didn't think we would get the job done. And now that the job is done and we need them last 2 stamps, people ain't calling us back. People not showing up.
This is early last year.
You know, but I'm going to be patient with it. But, you know, push comes to shove, I might have to go to the mayor's office.
Look at this.
You know, and put some fire under those folks. And if he don't put no fire under them folks, then we might have to have a protest. I might have to bring the whole African diaspora to Wilmington, Delaware, to let them know that you're not going to do us like that.
Bro, Africans don't protest.
It wasn't built in the day, doctor, so we know this work.
Oh, I knew I forgot that. Okay. So now let's get to it. Let's get to the toxic debate. This is what you guys came here for. I got you.
The real estate. So that's not even an issue no more.
Right, but did we choose the right real estate? Did we take the money
FBA,
and do the best fiduciary thing with the money?
Brother, I just told you that the schools that we got was a $13 million project 9 years ago in excellent shape. We got a steal for that campus. It was a steal. It was the best thing I could have possibly got. I have no regrets. Okay. See, that's when we start feeding into the lies. That's why you got to come see the school, my brother.
Absolutely.
Yeah, look how aggressive this dude is. Lord Jamar, you know, he comes like kind of like humble a little bit, maybe passive aggressive, but this dude is defensive from the door. He should be Pastor Umar. Don't ask him any questions.
Absolutely, I'd love to see it. Because you have people telling you that the school ain't in good shape. The school is in excellent shape, which is why we're getting offers for it now. It's in excellent shape, brother. The classrooms don't even have to be touched. We just have to fix the electrical system, the HVAC system, and the plumbing system. So I don't need help with the real estate. We were blessed with that campus. You understand?
See, he don't need help. Then he comes back and asks for more donations. Okay.
And as far as your brother's school, I support him.
That's my father-in-law. My father-in-law.
I just looked at the website.
Mm-hmm.
Kudos to that brother.
Yes, sir.
But what I'm doing ain't that. I want to be absolutely clear. The Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy will be America's first school based off the principles of Pan-African nationalism and international economics. That's not what I'm doing, brother. I have a totally different concept from him. You understand? So if
the concept could be different, but the implementation of how it's put.
But I don't need his help implementing, brother, because I'm a certified school psychologist and a certified school principal who's experienced, who got a whole cadre of educators. So y'all keep.
He doesn't need any help. He has everything under control. And every time you look at it, he'll say the inspector ain't doing their job. This person ain't doing that. But then he just told that he'll do a boycott, a protest, basically, not a protest. Then you need those people. So look how offended he is just to be questioned on the status of the school, man. Don't you guys, when you have your car being serviced and you think it's taking too long, don't you call? Hey, aren't they as upset as him? Like, yo, leave us alone, let us. But you call, you say, hey, man, what's going on? Update me. They don't say, man, we got everything under control. We got the proper team. We got experience here, and stop asking questions. They don't do that. It's unprofessional.
He's making these things. He needs to talk. No, I don't. Y'all don't know who I got.
But then why is somebody, you have all these credentials, then why is this man who we don't know was able to put his school together in a few months, and it's taking you 6 years, brother?
6 years is nothing for a school. I can show you 10 charter schools where the money is coming from the state, and it took them almost a decade to get open, brother. You don't open up a school in a year or two. I don't know your brother's story, and I don't care to know it. I don't care to know it.
Why not, though? If it could be helpful to you, why wouldn't you care to know it if it could be helpful to you?
Brother, I have friends who own schools. Do you understand that? I have friends who own schools. So if I need to talk to someone who owns a school, I already got that. I got what I need.
Yo, did y'all ever watch this, yo? I was so shocked when I heard him talk like this. I got everything under control. I got what I need. Everything, it's just a matter of time now. Everybody's in place. This dude is wild.
The only thing missing from my equation is enough funds to complete the task. That's it. That's it.
But he never has enough funds. So he's not telling nobody a projection. Like, hey, I just need this much. and I'm done. He never says that. He just say donate, Cash App, PayPal, whichever one didn't freeze his account, he'll just ask for payments. He never says, family, we're just $10,000 away. He never says, family, we're just $100,000 away. And based on this trajectory of donations, we're only getting 10 a year. I mean, yeah, 10 grand a year. So it's looking like 10 years, right? 100 grand. But if y'all just doing 10 grand a year, it's 10 years. So it's on you guys. How fast you want to see the school? You want in 5 years, do 20.
The school is not open yet because I don't have enough funds to do it that way. I'm not going to no bank.
Maybe we maybe we need fundraising, different fundraising methods. Maybe the people that we go to.
We have that in place, but what I want you to understand, it takes time to build institutions.
So this is why I said, this is why I know, like, to interview this guy, you have to either beat him up, like the last guy I showed you, Bigga, like they got into it, and Umar backed down. Bigga wanted to fight. Umar backed down. And so you got to either be ready to kick his butt, or you got to just be a name that he just respects, like where he needs your platform, like the Breakfast Club and Joe Budden, like those type of folks. Like and then he'll be a little humble. But if he thinks that only you're benefiting from him coming to the, having this little podcast or dialogue, if he thinks you're the only one benefiting, this is how he's going to talk to you. I've been watching this guy for a while.
I ain't got no problem with where we are. I'm loving where we at. We got our plans done by the engineer. We got our electrician chosen. I'm meeting with my HVAC this weekend. I got my plumber on standby. Roofer did his job. Carpenter lined up. We doing what we need to do on the time frame we doing it in.
Hey, now, Kwame, now all of us know your IQ definitely is bell curve-ish, okay? Tariq's museum is already up and running, okay? His donations, he's asking for donations, but it's just going to run regardless. He's not saying, hey, I need donations. Umar is on record saying I need donations or it's not going to happen. I never heard Tariq say that. I never heard him say, hey, family. He's saying just donate. Like, I got something going on that you guys can benefit from. Donate or not. I've never heard him say, hey, family, you got to donate. So again, like, but I know, like, you little on the slow end. What? Yeah, so you want to slow, get another one there. So yeah, so you want to slow in, bro. Kenneth says, I remember watching the Lord Jamar podcast. I believe he spent all of most of the money donations. Damn. Diamond V4.
Don't need no help outside of the team I got, which is filled with experts from the East Coast to the West Coast, brother.
Well, man, you got to humble yourself. You're the same guy who just went live with me and thought you had a source that debunked my source that said that white folks bought blacks from Africans. You thought you had a rebuttal source, and your source said exactly what my source said, and even more detailed. You didn't even comprehend that your source agrees with mine, that you're wrong. Like you didn't even know you were wrong. I had to point that out. Like, dude, you read what sided with me, right? You got to humble yourself.
Okay, brother. I mean, these are definitely the answers that people want to know. They want to.
I'm not interested in people. I'm interested in donors, brother.
Yeah, but in order for you to get donors, though, you're gonna have to satisfy these. Yes, brother. And how are you gonna get donors if you don't if I
disagree with you?
Listen. If I'm considering to be a donor, but I have certain questions that I want answered. I feel like that's legitimate.
Can I tell you why that's bullshit?
Why?
Go
ahead, please.
Respectfully?
You've
been raising money for 6.5 years, brother. If you ain't donut by now, you ain't donating, and your question don't matter.
No. You can't.
Hey, was he disrespectful or what? Yeah, this dude he said, after all, bro, I really don't care what questions you got for me. You ain't a donor, so don't ask me nothing. But when donors ask some questions, you don't answer those either. So, all right, let's go.
Assume that in the 6 years, everybody knows what you're doing.
Wait, hang on. Hang on. Let me interject here.
I think donate by now, you ain't gonna donate, and that's all right with me.
But what if they didn't know about it? What if they're just finding out about it?
Well, May, bro, that's not a win. Bro, how many people you think I know? How many folks, how many people you think you know? Everybody. It's called men sharpen men. Still sharpen shield. So whoever you talk to, they should be able to bring you something new. Hey, because I'm probably an electrician. You're probably a carpenter. You dig? So yeah, but that's not. But you didn't represent them correctly though. When you brought them up, I had to look them up and explain their thing completely. Like you was on some Umar stuff. You misrepresented them.
Hang on. Let me interject to both of you guys' points. To you, brother Umar, I think what for a lot of people that may be naysayers or detractors.
I don't care about the naysayers.
But listen, hang on. I don't want you to focus on them. But imagine someone who may just be, who may just be getting acclimated to your situation. Somebody could just be finding out, or maybe when they hear about you, they see the propaganda, they see the negative stuff, but they love the idea. They're in love with the, with the philosophy. So then when they go to research you to try to get more information, they're seeing they're not getting, I guess they're not getting the answers they feel like they to the questions that they want to ask, but they may possibly want to donate, or I'm not referring to the people that's just like, oh, what's he doing? I'm not referring to those people. I'm referring to people that are legitimately believing in your cause, but may possibly,
I agree with you, Queen. But to that, I'll say this quickly.
When it's crunch time, set the whole family up with new Kellogg's OTs.
That's them. Whoever got this video, this ain't me.
I'm the most accessible black scholar in the world.
Yeah.
Myself.
Hey, yo, family, did y'all hear his comeback? He's the most successful black scholar in the world. And don't forget his definition of black. His definition of black is everybody African descent. So his comeback, his clapback is, I'm the most successful black scholar in the world. Did Tariq say that, Kwame? Yeah, it's just false equivalent comparison. It's just like, you guys. Listen to his clapback.
I'm the most accessible black scholar in the world. My cell number is public. My email is public. And guess what? I do get emails from people. Doc, I just learned about you. Boom, boom, boom. Tell me about the school.
Oh, so they were right.
We just started a loyal donors campaign the other day.
Listen to this.
And any of your viewers who are interested in signing up, please do. The Loyal Donors Club. It's for brothers and sisters who want to consistently donate $50 a month for bronze, $100 a month for silver, $250 a month for gold, $500 a month for platinum, and $1,000 a month for diamond. We just started that 48 hours ago. Anybody who wants those links, text my cell number, please. 215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. They will also be put in a WhatsApp group where they will get all the updates that they want. For those who can't afford to make a consistent donation, they can go to the Cash App, $FDMG School, or the PayPal, FDMG Academy, or mail in the check or money order. They can text me for the address. It's also on the website. Here's what I would say to that, Sister Ra. They do reach out to me. And they do ask me questions, and I answer the questions. Here's what I'm saying.
You didn't answer none
today. A lot of the questions that are being posed, right? And I understand where Brother Jamar coming from, because he's just being the vessel to bring it to me. I get it. Okay, I understand that. So we on the square together. But those are coming from haters. You got to understand something.
So that's his way to sidestep answering the question. And that's what he's always maintained. Hey, these questions ain't coming from sincere donors. These questions are coming from haters. Yo, but so you don't think you should have a website? Hey, yo, family, if this dude had a website, he might be paid. And why do I say that? Because he just can, hey, you want to know the answers? They're on my website. And he'll force all that traffic. He got trolls out there. He got critics and supporters. So they all will go to the website. He'll have a lot of traffic. They want to read the answers. He don't even have a website for the school. That's crazy. All that, how much money he got? He don't have a website for the school, family.
I'm probably the most influential and accomplished black school psychologist in American history. Not probably, I am. I am.
Look, Kwame.
If you got a child in special ed, they've been ADHD, conduct disorder, I'm the person you came to. I've been doing this work for over 20 years. My name is etched in stone. There is no such thing as I just woke up and heard about you. You're going to get some people like that, but most of our people know who I am because I help them save their kids or their children went to my school. I didn't just wake up yesterday. People know who I am. I got the books, I got the articles, I got the resume for that.
Absolutely.
You understand? So
some people just woke up though. Everybody not.
But listen to me. Even if you're not in the conscious community, you know who I am. I don't belong to the conscious community. I belong to the African race.
Yeah, this dude just flexed so hard. This dude said, my meme basically is just as big as LeBron James. That's pretty much what he just said. My meme is as big as LeBron James. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm the most requested black scholar in the world, hands down. That's mainstream.
Yeah, but you got to understand how many people are don't even like
but they're not
know about scholars. Like
that's what I mean.
Like are so far removed from.
They're not asking the negative questions, Jamar. They're not. The new people are not asking the negative questions. The negative questions are the haters.
But I'm saying, is it a negative question to just want transparency? You see what I'm saying?
Bro.
Now, who does? Come on, man. Stop comparing Umar to somebody else. This guy said negative questions.
You just want to know what's going on.
Bro, what transparency are you talking about? We raised the money, we bought the schools. What transparency are you talking about? We raised
the transparency is how much does everything cost to get the school running? How much does everything cost where we don't got to do a paint day? We don't got to hire the wrong HVAC people. How much does everything cost to get it done the first or second time? How long? Okay. I mean, how much? How much? He just got enough money to purchase the school. He did not factor in the maintenance and the things he got and the upgrade that he got to do to the school. He felt like, hey, I'm going to just get another, such and such millions to do that. And then whatever is wrong, I'm going to do another donation. That's crazy. Stop comparing him to other folks that's successful, man. That's crazy.
The money, the little bit left is going to repairs. What transparency you talk about? You think I'm gonna put the school bank account on YouTube?
Yeah.
Well, of course,
of course not. On Twitter? You
think I'm gonna put the school
bank account on Instagram? You out your damn mind.
I think they maybe want more of a timeline.
This guy said, "You out your damn mind." He's being disrespectful. Come on, family. That's aggressive, downplaying your intelligence statement right there.
And when it might open or something like that.
Catering to the haters. Don't cater
No. It's
so when somebody listen. This is black talk. When somebody say you're catering to the haters, they basically saying you're down with the haters. Like that's a soft way to say you're a hater too.
Not catering to the haters. We have to. Here's what we got. Here's what we got to do, though, brother. No. It's not about catering to the hate. I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing. I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing. Okay. We have to make sure we have to vet all of our people, bro. I got love for you, bro.
Everybody, then vet them other Negroes in the conscious community who ain't building shit.
Well, yeah, look how he start cursing. He said, vet those guys. Well, those guys, you just said it. They're not building anything, and neither are you. None of y'all building something. So how are we going to vet them? And we don't care because whatever they're building is probably for a small group of people. You're building something for the diaspora and the motherland, dude. Your project is way bigger. Your project is actually bigger than Scam Garvey. Your project is more massive than Scam Garvey. Because Scam Garvey just was focused on America. You want the diaspora and the motherland.
We gonna get to them all, bro.
Jamar, wait.
We gonna get to them all.
Who else is building?
Jamar don't discriminate.
Yeah, he is wilding, bro.
Building an institution from the grass.
Right.
Name somebody. You ain't got none of them. Name me a YouTuber doing what I'm doing. Any of them conscious dudes. Name
you ain't
one
doing it either.
Level. Name one builder. You crazy.
Yeah, that's called killing. Yeah, this guy is listen, family. Y'all looking at this and you know he's full of shit, but what's most important, he's acting. That's what you guys don't realize. He's acting. He's appealing to more emotions from supporters. Oh my God, he's being attacked. Oh my, they're bothering him. Oh, leave Umar alone. I'm gonna send him more. Like he's acting. Nothing they asked him called for that response. Nothing. That dude is an actor. We've seen this before with the guy who got locked up for, SA on his girlfriend's daughter. You feel me? So we've seen this before. He was acting. Like these guys are good actors, and you got to be a good actor when you're scamming. I think he's scamming, but that's alleged. I don't know for sure. It just comes off like that. At least the flags are scamming.
Can't.
My sneaks, bro.
I can't. All I can name is my father-in-law.
They say, how many they kept out of jail, bro? They're not building shit.
Right. So
through the grass. What have they built, bro? Who in the conscious movement built an institution? Answer that.
Damn.
Nobody. I'm the only one in my generation doing it.
Well, you're building it. It's not built yet, though. It's not built yet.
Don't you worry about it. You be the first one there. Trust me.
Beautiful. Fact.
Beautiful.
Yeah, he said it'll be there. Family, that was 6 years ago. All right? And he said it'll be there. 6 years later, nada. And he said he promised it will be there. Nada. Nothing, zilch. Nothing is there. All right. So now, Samuel Williams, Umar, he's crashing out. So here's the thing. So I got a lot of love in the super chat yesterday. The most I ever got one day. Thank you very much. Speaking of donations, so I appreciate you guys for that. Now, only for today. 'Cause I told you guys I'm going back to Jersey. I told you that. So I'm getting a U-Haul. I'm not doing the Umar. If you want to donate to the cost of the what you call, you're welcome. But only through my Cash App, because the super chat, it takes about like 21 days to receive any super chat money. So only for today. If anybody want to help, help me in that way, because I got to get that storage, a little costly. Cash App, I appreciate it. All right, but let's go on. Let's figure out where did he go wrong? Okay, what happened? The school idea. Was the school idea ever a reality? Like with the Marcus Garvey shit, fleet of ships. Looking back, even Marcus Garvey admit to J. Edgar Hoover, the FOI, the federal, what was it? The federal investigating, something like that. Okay. So even Marcus Garvey admit to them. He said he maintained he's not a scammer, even though he scammed. He said that was not his intentions. Like that just happened to be that way because he couldn't handle the job was too big and he fumbled the bag. But he maintained he did not scam, even though that's what it is. That's not his intentions. But even he said, yeah, man, this was bigger than what I thought I can do. Right. And that's the only reason why he got some leniency from my boy J. Edgar Hoover. Okay. So now let's look at the reality of anybody trying to build a school that don't want to go the charter way, that don't want to go to public funding. They want to do it on sole, not even investors. They want to do it on sole donations, right? Because investors get something back for it. Umar don't want investors. He want to do it on sole donations. Here's the problem. So here's the problem, family. Going in, he has to know this. But again, he don't want to talk to nobody. He told them, hey, I don't want to talk to nobody. I got it done. I got a team. I got the dream team. We're good. Had he had the right people around him, they would have told him private schools typically cost millions to acquire, renovate, and operate. Umar raised money through grassroots donations, not grants or large philanthropies. And he brags about that. It's a fact. He's not backed by a church, school district, wealthy board, or endowment, okay? So here's the things. Building, zoning, as he's finding out, and renovation permits can be costly and complicated. So he didn't factor the thousands of dollars that got to go there, maybe hundreds because the thing's so big. The building he purchased in Wilmington, Delaware. Okay, it was a former school, but had been unused and needed major work: roof, HVAC, electrical, and plumbing. Everything he said. Now, code violations, contractor disputes, and legal delays are common when renovating old structures, especially with limited funds. So these are the roadblocks that's inevitable that he or you're going to face if you take the same. In order to operate a legit private K-12 school, the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey must pass building inspections, meet state education requirements, hire certified teachers, follow child safety school laws, insurance, and educational standards, right? So you cannot put bars on windows, my boy, out of prison. Umar planned to run a Pan-African focused curriculum, but where will he get certified teachers? What's up with that? Will the curriculum be accredited or accepted by colleges? And I think he said no, because, I think you guys can educate, Kwame, you can educate me on that. Did he ever say his curriculum will be accredited and accepted by colleges? Who will train, vet, manage faculty and administration? He said he got a team, so he answered it. But here's the problem. Here's the problem, Kwame, and you Pan-Africanists. Listen, with no open financial records or oversight board, critics suspect misuse of funds, lack of transparency, a project that's too ambitious for one man. No third-party audit. Nobody can audit and see if what's going on with the numbers, everything is good. No annual donor report, and limited documentation fuels suspicion. See, when you're hiding, when you're not being transparent, that's when the word scammer gets thrown around, or at least that's going to happen. So now there are red flags that suggest that this school thing might be a scam or unrealistic. So listen, no open books. There's no clear public accounting of donation total or spending. Can anybody deny that? No launch after 10 plus years. The FDMG has been fundraising since 2010, but has not opened. They have a pseudo leadership, authoritarian, a dictator. They got Ibram Touré here. No board of trustees, advisory committee, or educational partners, right? That's not there. Listen to the other one. Hostile to criticism. We just experienced that. He's very hostile to criticism. Umar often dismisses critics instead of addressing concerns transparently. No educational experience managing a school. He lied. Umar has a psychology background, not administration or school leadership. Shifting timelines. This is one of the biggest signs for scams, biggest red flags. Opening dates have moved multiple times without clear explanation. Blame the white man. You know how y'all Pan-Africans do. It's the white man. It's the government. It's the government. No accreditation process started. As of now, there is no indication FDMG is accredited or licensed to operate. Damn. Now that's public. Can a private school, here's the question for you guys and for Umar. Can a private school succeed on donation money alone? Family? So now, if he's acting like racism is standing in the way for his success, well, he got a bigger obstacle. What he's trying to do is rarely ever been done. So starting a private school from scratch without government grants, foundation support, or private investors is extremely rare. I told you he's not the best clinical school psychologist or scholar. He's the only one that makes claims that no school clinical psychologist would make. Garvey is the only Pan-Africanist that would make those claims he couldn't deliver on. Other folks is kind of more down to earth. So sustainable schools, they often rely on tuition, major donors, religious or institutional backers, e.g. churches, alumni, networks. But he hates the church. So the reality check is this. Most successful independent black schools, e.g. Marva, Collins Prep, that's successful independent, Pennywood School, they have decades of backing boards, grants, and financial planning, not just one figurehead in social media. Okay. So what he's doing, it might be good-hearted in his personal heart. But for those who look at what it is, this was unrealistic from the door and maybe a play. So that's why people say, yo, either you're just gullible as hell and you just dream big and can't deliver, or you're a scam artist. It's one of the two. Like, you're delusional and dream too big, or you're a scam artist. Or it can be a combination of both. So now there's no evidence Umar intentionally is running a scam, right? Where that's what Garvey maintained. So just because, see, the feds, they want to know if you knew. So Bernie Madoff, they already knew he knew. Like, he couldn't play dumb and say, hey, man, I didn't know this was a Ponzi scheme. So, like, they had evidence that he knew what he was doing, because he was getting money, because people were supposed to get a return on investment, but he's purposely giving people money, somebody else's money. So that's not a return. So he knows what he's doing. This is not investment money. So the thing with Umar and Garvey is that the only debate that should be had with those guys, not if they're a scammer or not if they're a big dreamer or not, who can't deliver. The only debate should be whether they ran a scam intentionally or unintentionally. But either way, it's a scam. Definitely a sham. All right. Now, his lack of transparency, Garvey had the same problems. Mismanagement. Both was hiding their books. So this guy, lack of transparency, missed deadlines, and he has a solo operation. Mirror behaviors of often associated with failed or fraudulent ventures. So I'll say it one more time. And that applies to Garvey. Oh, shit. Lack of transparency, missing deadlines, and a solo operation that mirror behaviors of often associated with failed or fraudulent ventures. So if he truly had a righteous cause, why not provide accountability like every other nonprofit? Okay. Now, so yes, there are modern comparisons to what he's doing. They were successful. So we got prep charter schools in Texas, started small in the 1990s by one passionate teacher. Now serves 10,000 students, but have foundation support, apply for public charter funds, partner with universities and the state, built a board of directors and advisory committees. They grew gradually with transparency, accountability, and partnerships. Okay, so now is what Umar is doing is normal? The answer is emphatically no. It's not normal for a private school to be founded and sustained for years only on donations, without full financial transparency or accreditation. It's even more rare to go at it alone without a team of educators, legal advisors, financial experts, and institutional support. Okay. Take call. All right, family, I'll take this call. I'll take the call. I'll call it right back. Because I called it with my phone. So my phone's a microphone until those donations from Super Chat from yesterday kick in 21 days later. So, like, again, if anybody want to donate to what I got going on, I'm trying to get the jersey. It's a little pricey. So my Cash App is there. No Super Chats, because that's gonna be 21 days later, 16 days later. That's gonna be 16, 21. That's too long. So anything really is cutting into the price. It'd be $15, and guess what? That's a $15 discount from the total. Let's get back to the scan. That's being transparent. Okay, so now, Dr. Umar's FDMG Academy is more of a symbol of Black self-reliance and frustration with systemic racism than it is a functional school right now. Okay, so now, good intentions do not replace good infrastructure. And without accountability, vision turns to vanity. And you heard that firsthand with this guy. Okay, firsthand you heard this guy. So now let me just go back here 1 second.
What you're doing is going to change a whole entire generation.
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe the generation thereafter.
Yes, ma'am.
And because Kemet wasn't built in a day, and there was so many hands
Iconic.
on deck, there were so many minds on deck.
Jeremy
Why
Johnson.
do you believe
The school is going to be
we're
his
not
house.
seeing
It's
the
already his
support
house.
for
People
this
think.
movement? There's so much celebration about the paper schools, the charter school that Brother LeBron started. There's another charter here in New York City that Puffy is.
See, so he didn't brainwash everybody that the charter school is not an option. So, again, when you deal with people who sell life insurance and those pyramid scams, they're going to tell you how whole life insurance is the only way to go. And they're going to downplay, disrespect term. And on the other side, in those same pyramid schemes, the people who sell term life insurance, they're going to tell you how you should buy term, you should, get involved with term, and don't do whole life insurance. Who does that? You don't got a SHIT on the competitor to sell yours. Like Verizon don't go around saying, "Hey man, don't get Comcast. That shit terrible," and vice versa. Hey, do you want to? Now they would tell you if you ask them, "Hey," or you got satellite, you can ask, "Hey, what's the difference and what value do you bring that separates you, that satellite, over this cable connection or DSL or coaxial cable?" You can ask those questions, but when you solicit their service, they're not SHIT on the other companies. They're just selling their goods because they believe their goods are effective and they're in demand. So if you believe your school's the way, just shout your school out. But you're trying to smear charter schools and public schools and private schools, and your way is the only way. So now this sister is just, she bought into it. Charter schools are just trash. None of them successful. None of them serve a good purpose. Only Umar's school is going to be, the heavenly school.
Is the face for, but this is something far more powerful.
Yes, ma'am.
Why are we not seeing the support?
I'm not transparent. Okay, I don't take criticism pretty well. I got a big ego. I want to do it by myself. I don't want to be holding to somebody's money. So if LeBron, Diddy, or Robert Smith give me money, I don't want to be beholden to their advice. So that's why he won't do that. So the Mac Mizzle show said Tariq already told us ain't no school. Yeah, that's old and that's done. Jeremy Johnson says Umar is not FBA, he's against FBA. Now, a lot of people say he's Cuban or something like that. I'm not even sure. But so we're gonna.
Well, I would argue that we do have the support. We don't have.
Hey, American Dream, I'm going to time you out until tomorrow afternoon. Okay? Yeah, he keep, like, American Dream's a tether, by the way. He's a tether who hates that he's Jamaican. He's never going back to Jamaica. He already said it. He is sold on what we built over here, and he disrespects us. So a thing what tethers do like him, that really adds no value to this channel. What he does is, when we criticize a guy or a woman for doing wrong, he'll ask, aren't they FBA? See, in his mind, because he's a filthy tether, in his mind, we just give FBA's passes. Like, we don't hold them accountable. So if you're FBA, everything you do, it must be legit. So when tethers do that, always time them out. When we're critiquing somebody and they ask, are they FBA, just time them out.
Have the support from our celebrity class.
Correct. That's what I meant.
But we do have the support on the celebrity side, because I know many of them.
Yes.
I think the reason why we've never gotten a donation from a celebrity is twofold. Number one, they're very concerned about how it would look if they were seen with Dr. Umar Ifatunde. So you have that fear factor that I don't want to lose my relationship or access to the white power structure. I think that's one half of it. I think the other half of it is ego. When our celebrities put their money behind different causes, they like to brag about it. They want to be glorified for doing it.
Okay, so again, he's being absolute. He's acting like, first of all, I just read that that the record label that Aaliyah was signed to agreed to pay for a funeral cost was like $68,000, and they reneged. And I read that Maxwell silently paid for her wedding, funeral, and everything, and never made it big news. So this projection, this makeup a lie. Like, he has a rebuttal for everything. See, now celebrities won't back me because they want to brag about what they're doing. And see, what happens is, if they brag about me, the Bilderbergs, the DuPont family, the elites, right? Bill Gates Foundation, they don't like me. So now they're going to cut them off and start attacking them. So, you know, they want to just donate on a low of anything, but nobody will ever know. He always got some pessimistic rebuttal for why he just can't get to support. And it's just simply because we read it. He's not transparent. He didn't plan this out. It's a sole mission. He's the only one that represents the school. There's no second person, third person. He's the only one who represents the school. Bruh, that might be the problem. No advisory board, no committee, nobody. Hey, what about this? No, that won't work. You know what, Umar, maybe you shouldn't go back and forth with your daughter on social media because it's a bad look. Just ignore her and keep working. He addresses her. Umar, maybe you shouldn't defend yourself with that white lady in the mall that you gave your number to. Focus. Let the net be the net. The net ain't going to buy your excuses. Just keep going forward. Nope. He goes right back down and he addresses everybody.
They can't do that
Tiger
with me
Crane,
because white
Shakir,
folks are not going to be happy about them helping me in the first place. So if you help Dr. Umar, you have to do that.
Hey Tiger, he'll be available tomorrow. I'm ending this live anyway. I got a few more videos. I'll be done in 30 minutes because I have another video probably a little later, like 3-4 o'clock. I got another live. I'm gonna shift topics. Okay, I want to rebut Nick Fuentes when he was debating Candace Owens. He said a lot of white supremacy stuff, and I just want to debunk it.
Very conspicuously, you see. And they don't want to do that. You know, they want to put up the big check sign all over TV, all over the internet, CNN. You can't do that with me because I'm not popular with Caucasians, nor are they popular with me. And so for those two reasons, the fact they can't brag about any help and the fact that they could be some pushback.
Yeah, he just made up a whole excuse why celebrities don't support him. Instead of asking celebrities, instead of like making a Facebook wall, tagging LeBron, tagging Steph Curry, tagging, you know, Patrick Mahomes, he just gives them an answer. Hey, they don't, how about hold them accountable? Hey man, why you guys not supporting this school for black boys? You dig? Wow.
For them helping me, they just stay away. But I'm not concerned about that though. And the reason why I'm not concerned about that, as a student of our history, especially our revolutionary movements, most of our movements was built with the pennies and dollars of grassroots black folks. We were not financed by rich celebrities. There was always a Harry Belafonte here and a Dick Gregory here. But by and large, 99% of our grassroots organizations were built by the pennies of the brothers and sisters on the ground. Absolutely. So we don't come from a movement where the rich people financed it. We've never had that anyway.
All right, whatever. I mean, that's called explaining, all right? Let's get to some other things real quick. Because he's just explaining.
Ghanaians, wake up. We are not going to tolerate any nonsense to these Nigerians. Are we?
Okay, so this is a Ghanaian man. He's mad at the influx of migrant Nigerians in this country, all right? So a lot of Ghanaians is out there asking him to leave. Like, yo, get out. Like, don't come here. And all of them are saying classical, stereotypical things about Nigerians. Okay, you're going to hear him. So this is a Ghanaian man. And by the way, where are the Pan-Africanists? Where are the diaspora? Why they not calling the Ghanaians divisive? And this is all the stuff is going viral. Like they are very vocal on the net.
We're going to live with kidnappers, fraudsters, robberies, assaults. Why? Why can we live with these people in our country? Ghanaians, citizens, make a Luther. Nigeria must leave Ghana now.
Where did he get this from? Nigeria, because right now Nigeria is having a kidnapping epidemic. Violence is just running rapid and is going unchecked as we speak. So, chance. But no
Igbo man can come to this country and intimidate us. This country belongs to us. President Mahama, you came for Ghanaians. You said Ghana first. You said you came for the youth. Please take action now. Thank you.
Nigerians must go because you can be in someone's country and begin anyhow.
Yeah, they are protesting. They're boycotting. But we boycott. Oh, divisive, you guys are stupid. But the Ghanaians boycott Nigerian stores, and it's all good. Nobody's talking about it. None of the Pan-Africans.
Nigerians must go.
It is responsibility to send the terrorists to God, but it is the responsibility of God to decide whether to forgive them. So let's assume.
Yeah, he called the Nigerians terrorists.
In America, they are enforcing immigration laws. Why is it that since for the past 6 months alone, they have killed more than 150 Ghanaians? The president has not spoken. The president has given him a diplomatic treatment by inviting Dr. Chinero, whatever is it, yes, to Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Is he a diplomat? Is he in Ghana working on a diplomatic mission? Is he an ambassador? Exactly. So the president should take action. The president should have addressed the state by now. The president should have spoken to us. The president was giving address all around, speaking about things that does not matter. Ghanaians are dying. The president does not care. Interior minister does not care. Foreign affairs does not care. Parliament does not care. Only you and I care. God bless us. But let me tell you.
Okay, so right here, this video, this is the Nigerians in India, and the Indians are boycotting their stores, and they're actually blocking them from doing business. So everywhere they're at, they're getting resistance. Everywhere they're at. Well, I can't say everywhere, but a lot of places that they're at, they're getting resistance from the locals. So he's arguing, he got all this fancy designer stuff on India, and they're boycotting this business. They're trying to shut it down. And another brother got stabbed or shot at. He got shot at. So this is going on, all right? This is going on in the news, right? Because I'm done with Umar. All right, here we go. So this was the Jamaican police officer who had he had got a working visa, okay, but it expired. He overstayed it. Like he was supposed to. It expired like September 30th. And he was supposed, something like that. He was supposed to leave. You'll see. He was supposed to leave. He did not leave, and he ended up becoming a police officer. You know, and so the guy on the left is explaining the situation.
Is to verify through the e-verify system the legitimacy of the work authorization. It comes back perfect. The problem is that the gentleman doesn't quite have his green card. He's here in what is considered to be a deferred action status. This underscores, Marnie, that the Maine legislature would allow a person to become a police officer in this suspended kind of status is really foolhardy. The truth is, once he gets the green card, nobody would have an objection to his being a police officer. And this is a breakdown in communications, albeit everything done legitimately. And I want you to know that we file hundreds of marriage cases for people who literally overstay in the United States, and they're here under color of law during that period of time. This really shows how ICE has to not only go after bad guys or some people that stepped out of line with badges, guns, and handcuffs, but also needs to dedicate time to educate legislators so that when they make laws and they onboard people with accents or with backgrounds, that they do it in a smart way. It is not a smart look to have somebody who overstayed a visa carry a gun and walk a beat. Although the state legislature.
Here's a police officer. That's all. This news and updates. Those who are interested in ICE updates, I got this for you. Okay. Before I go to that weird guy.
So you mean to tell me that me as a black American, we jealous of Africans because y'all starting businesses here in the United States? That don't make sense. Y'all too busy selling each other out. Why would I be jealous of that? Why would I be jealous of a group of people who literally have their own continent but run in every other direction but their own? Why would I be jealous of a group of people who can open a business anywhere but Africa? Why would I be jealous of a group of people who might not know the value of their own dollar in their own country, but I guarantee you they can tell you how much USD is worth compared to a Great British Pound or a Euro or anything else? Y'all learn everybody else's language. I don't ever see y'all speaking Swahili. I don't ever see y'all wearing y'all clothes nowhere. All I see is y'all integrating yourself in everybody else's culture. You got Africans going to China speaking Chinese, but I guarantee you I ain't never met a Chinese person speaking Swahili. You got
all right, so he's ranting. Let's go a little further. Anything else? Again, this is news and updates. Now, I already shared this guy right here already. He's calling out Nigerians.
Africa's most emigrated country, meaning you have the largest number of people living abroad compared to any other African countries. This was true 20 years ago, ladies and gentlemen, and same today.
Your granddaddy nurse.
Slowing down because the fact that causes this is still expanding. Your social media content
Yeah, Tiger, he messed up.
in politics are either doing it with comedy to trivialize the repercussions of their words, or are doing it outside of your country.
So I replayed him. He was just holding Nigerians accountable for like not like just leaving the country and letting it just fall apart. And it's supposed to be the strongest country in Africa, but you know what I mean, the strongest people leaving. Okay, so by default it's gonna okay. So again, just news and updates. All right, so this right here was about Jamaican sister telling a story about, I guess, her boy husband or something like that. End up catching criminal charges. I think in another country. So he migrated to another country and he started selling drugs there, and he got deported, something like that.
And him, so he's here in Canada, right?
Canada.
So then he started commit crime, and they deport him to Jamaica. And so I started
deport him.
2014.
2014, okay.
February, right. And I stood by him all this time up until last year, 2024, when they denied him the sponsorship again.
Why?
Oh.
Right. And the reason why they denied him, because he had criminality here. But God was on his side, that even though his criminality, the only conviction he got in Canada is because he went to Leamington again and I sell him drugs, and he threw his drugs through the window and the police surround the building. So that's how they catch him. So even when he went to trial, the judge was still on his side, and the judge only gave him 1 year probation, 1 year house arrest. But after, right, they let him get violent and threaten us, and I guess because, Canada still with women and children.
Okay, yeah. So this news updates, he was trying to be a crime boss and shit. All right, so now people realize they got failed channels, so now they decide to try to do the trick, put FBA in there and give criticism, and it's not working. Like, it worked at one point. Now the FBA name and criticism is not garnering views for everybody. Like, people like just tired of it because we see that it's not sincere. It's just trying to get views.
Came out of nowhere. Exactly. He came out of nowhere as a leader. But the funny part is, I'm gonna keep it real. And it's on X. I'm on X. I'm on Instagram. I
can only just assume he's talking about Tariq Nasheed. I don't know how they thought he came out of nowhere. Like, this dude been on the scene for a long time. You know who came out of nowhere? This guy. This guy came out of nowhere and called himself a leader of the Moorish Science Temple, and he has the answers to avoid justice in America if you commit a crime.
You call Tariq Nasheed to be in Hidden Colors.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I did not call Tariq Nasheed to be in Hidden Colors. I did not call Tariq Nasheed to be in Hidden Colors.
You weren't gonna make the cut, my boy. All you do is show books. All he does is show books, and you guys think he's smart. He's just a book hoarder. He's a book hoarder. He just buy books and show them. But when he talks, he never tells information. You know what he's going to tell you? He's going to say you got to pay for a one-on-one consultation, or you got to buy his book. But there's no video where he actually teaches what he knows, even to entice you to buy a book or solicit a one-on-one conversation. He just show 1,000 books, but never really demonstrate that he knows the books that's in his head.
He called me.
And the crazy part is he'll tell you he's not the leader of FBA.
He's telling you that. He's not a leader.
Who's the leader?
There ain't no leader system. It's just a bunch of tethered people. But for some reason, everybody keep going to his platform and cheerleading this motherfucker, not knowing he paid for his followers. Them niggas.
Oh my God, he paid for his followers.
Pay for their followers, bro.
And his trademark.
And his trademark.
So he paid for his followers. So therefore, he ended up paying for the museum. So the donations were fake, right? He paid for the fundraising and all that Indiegogo. That was false news. Supporters did not give him money. That was his money, and he was faking like he got support. And then the trademark. Let's talk about the trademark.
This is the weird part. But the weird, like, and again, if y'all don't like what I'm saying, please share this to him, because I am on X too. If he come on.
Okay, stop. This guy, I'm gonna play him. I'm gonna play him. So he acts like he's so accessible. He's ready for the smoke. You'll hear what he says, because he told me the same thing. How much money do I got to give him to come on the podcast? Hey, dude,
on the feed or any of his flunkies come on the feed, I'll stay on here for 15 hours, nigga. I got nothing but energy. Huh?
Yeah.
So you stay on for 15, like you hate him and his flunky so much that you'll stay 15 more hours to talk to them. That sounds like a glazer.
Is that a video of him explaining, you know, exactly what foundational Black Americans were?
It's not that hard. Okay, the Black American is already a term, but for Black people in America, it's not that hard. We're just emphasizing the foundation, right? We're just reminding folks that are disrespectful, who's undermining us. We're reminding the country and the world that we were responsible for building the country, right? We helped the country in a significant way, more than anybody else, really, other than like the early folks, all right? But we definitely got 50-50 share in this country.
And he didn't even come up with that. He said he got it from Claude Anderson. He just changed the name.
But where did Claude Anderson get it from? Native Black Americans. So you see, the descriptive word is still Black Americans. You could put alien foundation. You could put alien Black Americans, ABA. Doesn't matter. The Black American is still there. So nothing really changes. It just the descriptive term to let you know our role in this country.
Think about this. And people cheerleading Claude Anderson. I told y'all to go get Claude Anderson. I know Claude Anderson. What you think I don't know? But this is what
look. Yeah, he just grabbed books. He's not going to explain that book. He's not going to tell you what's in there. He's not going to tell you where Claude might have been wrong. He's not going to tell you. Now, everybody got that book, but he's not going to tell you about the book. He just grabbed books. He just buy books. Like he's on this Umar thing. He just buy books to convince you. And some of y'all fall for. I'll be reading your comments. Yeah, he's so smart. Really? Damn. Well, I don't want you to give me no compliments.
I would do to Claude Anderson. I would ask Claude Anderson this: Do he know about the Mukaddima?
The Mukaddima.
So this is who he shall lead. But I would ask any of them: Do they know about this? The Mukaddima.
No.
Guess who studied this, sister? You can look this up. I was in Tunis. I was at Ibn Khaldun's statue.
Dude, we're good. We're not Moors. We're not Muslims. Some of us are, but not the lineage, dude. We don't care about that. Some of us don't care.
Into this room with me, and I asked.
Gay is racist. Don't come for my neck, y'all.
That's Tunisia.
So what? What about it?
That's people like to follow this and talk about powernomics. Oh, y'all don't want it, baby. Go ahead.
Wow.
You believe?
He just referenced two books and compared them side by side and value one over the other, and we don't want it. Like, he don't give any example of his intellect at all. Zero. None. He debated one lawyer one time and got smacked around. And he started muting the lawyer and cut him off. I wanted that video. I gotta find that video. Artie, the lawyer name was Artie something. Cooked him.
Leave somebody with this tether talk because it feel good. And this is what Malcolm X was talking about. Peace. Malcolm was talking about the feel good session. I was watching the show because it felt good. I was in there. Black power.
We don't do that.
I can't even say black power, but anyway.
Oh, he said it. This dude is weird, yo.
Boycott bull. If you niggas boycott, you are retarded as that dude.
Why?
Right.
So I shouldn't say retarded.
Yeah, you can't say that.
Well, I can say what I want to say for real. I don't care who like it. I keep trying to tell y'all, they can suspend me on all these platforms. I listen. All I got to do is create another fake page or whatever. Then I can actually say, yo, come over to my stream. Come over to StreamYard, y'all. I do StreamYard. Come over to my Patreon. I can care less. But let's.
Okay, he's acting like he has a large following. Let me show you what he did with this video. 262 total views. That means like 4 to 10 people were present to hear this garbage. 4 to 10 people. But he got the word tether in there and can't even get anybody to troll him.
Let's go. See, this is the thing between me and them, how I'm not afraid. Okay? So let's. But
then he plays Smail's video. Again, he's one of those guys. No, he shows somebody else's books. He plays Smail's video. But when it's time for him to be smart, that information is absent.
Go here for 1 second. This brother made so much sense. Pay attention, y'all.
Yeah, the more stuff is useless.
He didn't quote no movies yet.
Yeah.
This is absolutely absurd. I don't know who came up with this idea.
Tariq, hold up.
Boycott.
Yeah. You see how weird this dude Sabir, whatever his name is. He said Tariq came up with the idea to boycott. Like, that's how out of touch he is with what's going on. Weird dude.
This is absolutely absurd. I don't know who came up with this idea, but
why we can't boycott
God
Africa?
Bless you, and hopefully you
we're not even
around. It makes
Wait up, we're not even boycotting Africa. We're boycotting certain businesses from Africans in the United States. Man, they didn't make this something bigger than what it is.
Absolutely no sense for us to entertain such an unintelligent, a very unwise kind of conversation.
Why are you?
Agenda
You don't look at FBA, bro.
The motherland, the birthplace of humanity, the birthplace of the great.
Speaking to feel good. Okay, my fault. Man, come on.
Great prophets and wise sages. The motherland, brothers and sisters, this makes absolutely no sense to even be entertaining such a thought process.
Yep.
Because somebody had a few bad interactions with our brothers and sisters. It's no secret that many of our brothers and sisters who come into this continent, come into the United States from Africa, are fake.
Wait, so what about when they stay in Africa and go to Ghana? Like, can you speak to that? What about the Ghanaians who boycott them? What about the Indians who are boycotting them?
Lies and misrepresentations about black people in America. So it's no secret. It's no secret that their opinion sometimes is skewed. But we also are victims of skewed opinions through television, through movies. We've all been sold misrepresentations.
Hey, yo, where did they get we're boycotting Africa, the motherland, that he calls it? We're boycotting stores in America for disrespect. As a matter of fact, if that's so dumb, then why are Africans that own salons and things like that, why are they apologizing for the ones who were disrespectful?
Representations of who we are.
If it didn't exist.
From the perspective of America and the perspective of Africa. We have to be wise enough and intelligent enough to educate ourselves on the truth of who we are. First and foremost, we're the same people. You have to remember that our forefathers here in America were brought over here on slave ships.
There we go. We're the same people, but they're Nigerians. We're the same people. Then why are we called different things, man? What, ain't that being divisive? We're the same people, but folks are calling themselves different to show difference. Okay.
From Africa.
Not everybody, but
many of us were taken to the Caribbeans. Many of us was taken to South America.
Let me stop right there. Let's get back in this weirdo.
I'm asking y'all to pay for. So, if you want to dare me, if you want a major network or whatever, and you want to challenge me on it on that platform, then bring it to the cipher. So, the sister posted it up there. I listened to my brother Nori Muhammad. If y'all don't know who my brother Nori Muhammad is, I suggest y'all go watch my brother Nori Muhammad because we have a similar background coming up. And we're doing a lecture together soon. So my brother Nori, and I had to give him a call and was telling him about the story he told. And I want y'all to pay attention. He said, the ant and the colony.
I might have passed it. You can go back.
Let's take the platform. You have to keep it real. I'm trying to know truth.
There we go.
So when people see me, you're going to get truth. You're not going to get no falsehoods. There was accusations. The Moors are going back and forth. So I was watching my brother. I hope I'm not boring y'all, because I have to keep it real. I'm trying to keep it here so y'all can understand where I'm coming from with this. And I'll challenge anybody on any given day, on any subject matter.
That sounds
Just create
good.
the platform. But I won't come on your platform.
Contradiction.
Unless you paying me. Okay? Unless you pay me.
Okay, so family, stop telling me to debate this guy. I want you to hear that right there. Okay, I'm not paying this guy 1 red cent. Okay? Who does that? Debate me for money. Like, nobody, even like great debaters don't do that.
European boy looking at my neck. He was peeping my neck. So everything they're doing is operating in the color of law. Let me share this with y'all.
Okay, so this nut walking around with a swastika chain.
People, don't get caught up in this whole white supremacy stuff, y'all. Please don't get caught up in this white supremacy stuff. I don't even know where
Don't blame the white man.
People are getting this information from this white supremacy stuff. I'm going to show y'all what they're hiding from you, but in a scary Negro will say, oh, that's the white man's words, or that's the white man's books, or that's the white man's law. That's what Negroes will say, because they don't want to be responsible for nothing. So I'm going to show y'all, every time somebody says it's the white man's laws, but they go get the white man to represent them in a courtroom, they go get a European or so-called white man to go represent them inside of a courtroom.
So Benjamin Crump is white. Let's move on. Johnny Cochran is white. All right. This is wild, man. I'm just showing you the stupid things he says. No intellect. No intellect. Why not share the knowledge from the books that you claim you have read? Just show books.
Fascinating facts. That's it. Facts, not beliefs. So people, a country is not a country, a nation, and a government is basically almost all different. The country would be the nation. The nation has nationality, constitutional morals, principles, customs. Look up it. I put it on Facebook. I put it on Facebook. Language, customs, culture, all that. What makes someone subject to someone's jurisdiction? They get you to pledge allegiance to the banner. They get you to pledge allegiance to a corporate fiction, a government.
Oh, damn. Not the sovereign citizen talk.
Read the 14th Amendment.
Look.
That's what it's there for, to make you.
Okay, did y'all know that? Did y'all know a lot of these more sovereign citizens that talk that old status correction stuff? Did y'all know they were against the 14th Amendment? Like, these guys are pro-South. Like, they rewrote history in their brains. They believe the South were the victims. They believe that black folks that were enslaved by the Confederate, they were not enslaved, they were employed. Yeah, these guys believe that slavery was not so bad. When slavery ended, that's when it was bad. So they're all against the 14th Amendment, which pretty much ended slavery and racial discrimination lawfully, legally. They want that gone.
To a corporate fiction, a government.
Listen.
And make you subject. Read the 14th Amendment. That's what it's there for, to make you subject to the jurisdiction thereof.
See? That's the 14th Amendment.
That's all they've done. They have
supremacy
people. So all my people that's running around talking about the IRS, find out who they are. It's an institution, people. Again, I was watching this thing with Chris Tucker and all of one of these dudes. They say, oh, the government, I got to pay Uncle Sam. Who is Uncle Sam? Who is the government? What are they? Please, deal with your nationality, okay? Nationhood. We have a right to be sovereign if we can't together collectively.
But then they'll say they're not sovereign citizens. All this sovereign talk. It's just white supremacy talk, Confederate talk.
They really don't. I'm keeping it 100 with y'all. So what I'm going to do, and my brother Derek came up with this thing called Patreon to make people subscribe. If you really want this information, subscribe.
Told you, nothing's for free.
So I'm going to, he said, because you're the one, Sabir, is doing the work. You're digging into the books.
He's the real papa.
When someone can copy what you say, put it in a format, and actually sell it.
Okay, whatever.
You can't tell. No, the hell it wasn't. You cannot tell someone else's slavery was worse. This is the problem with some of these Pan-Africans.
You heard that? He's saying our experience with this transatlantic slave trade, we can't say that's worse than the other forms of slavery that's not slavery. So what happened to us, family, that was so gruesome, horrific, that it became the new name for slavery. Right. So when people think of slavery, it's automatically chattel slavery. We don't think of indentured servants and people like that anymore. What happened to us, because that was called slavery, that becomes the example of what slavery actually is. Okay, but he's saying, listen.
African people, they make it seem like they're the only people. Listen to me and listen to me clear. Do your research. If you know people that's from these areas, you cannot tell someone that their slavery was worse than anybody else's slavery. When the Italians were doing what they were doing and cutting the heads off the people, which is our people, Ethiopians, what makes you think one was greater than the other one?
Told you. It's just to undermine us, man. Everything he has to say And most of these Moorish people and Pan-Africans, most of what they got to say about us is just undermining, devaluing. Nothing about us is unique or different. We're just regular old fools. These guys. Nothing about us is exciting, different. Nothing about us is great. We didn't go through real trauma and abuse, and no, everybody went through that. Okay, dude, just all right, family. So I'm gonna let this one go. You dig? Let this one go. Okay, thanks for those who did contribute to the Cash App. This is for a reason. All right, so those who can, go ahead, Cash App, pin to the top. You dig? And I'll be back probably 4 or 5 o'clock. I want to, so I might deal with this guy right here and do Nick Fuentes probably tomorrow. I'm probably going to do this guy right here. This guy right here got a lot to say. Hold on. This dude right here, this Cam James guy. All right, so I just want to do a whole show just on him because he's obsessed with us. What's this?
Woman for speeding 85 miles.
Okay, I don't know what that is. All right, family, we out, man.